Hi, I'm Jeremy Hobbs, Director of COLGAY Pride, and I'm here today with Lexi Smith and Brian's here with us as well. Monica Storm, Miss Columbus, Georgia Pride. A complaint was brought into our location on Wednesday, 3/9, I believe, 3/9, and it concerns some discrimination allegations against the Hooch restaurant, or not restaurant, excuse me, bar here in Columbus, Georgia, that they are discriminating. I'm going to let the plaintiff talk about what took place, what happened there. But first of all, will you raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. Lexi, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your background and what have you, whatever you're willing to tell. And then tell us what took place at the Hooch over the time, too. Thank you.
I am a 22-year-old trans woman. I live here in Columbus, Georgia. And I have been going, I've been going out downtown for at least a year now. And I would always go to Hooch. Hooch was my favorite place to go. The music was always bumping. There were so many people there. It was, just a great place with great energy. Recently, 2 months ago, the energy at the Hooch started to change, especially for trans women, including myself and other trans women that I would go out with. As you know, trans women, our disclosure of our identity, our disclosure of our gender is something that's very personal. And whoever we are dating, it is our decision to tell them when we feel the most comfortable. There would be times where I would be at the bar and literal bouncers, club bouncers who work there would come up to guys that I was dating and tap them on the shoulder and tell them that I was transgender. And they wouldn't even say that, this is a trans woman. They would say it in the most ugly way possible and the most discriminating way possible, which is that's a man or she's a man, which literally made me feel extremely uncomfortable, not only putting my life in danger, because this is the reason why trans women get killed. And for the staff of a business, not even, the customers that are in there, for the staff of the business to be doing this is just unacceptable. And it made me feel extremely uncomfortable, as well as many other trans women that have also experienced this. Now, the event that really took the cake was a week ago. I was at the bar with one of my friends on a weekend, as always. And I was there with a guy that I was dating. And somebody came up to him and tried to tell him that I was transgender. And I told the person very kind, I was not angry or violent. I said, please stay out of my business, go away, stay out of my business, go away. This person then decides to raise their fist at me and almost charges me like they're going to fight me, which made me feel extremely, extremely, extremely uncomfortable. And obviously, since I was just victim of this, I tried to get one of the security bouncers to help me. And instead of helping me as a woman who literally was just almost assaulted, he decided to say to me, you should expect these type of things because you come here and trick men every week. So basically telling me that because I'm a trans woman, I should expect violence and I should expect to be assaulted. In 2022, here in Columbus, Georgia, which is the second biggest city in Georgia, it's just disgusting that this type of thing even happened. This almost seems like 1950s type of discrimination. And I have felt extremely uncomfortable going back there, obviously. I cannot believe that even happened to me. And the thing that makes it even worse, I contacted the owner of this establishment about the whole incident. They did nothing about it. And I was told by the owner that I was not allowed back because I caused too many scenes. So apparently me being a victim of discrimination is causing a scene. So the whole thing, Jeremy, has really just been disgusting and has just been flat out discrimination. This business is supposed to be supportive of the LGBT community, but they've not been supportive of the T in the LGBT community. This place has a history of being violent towards trans women. And I think this is something that needs to be brought to light.
Absolutely.
Back to you, Jeremy. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And it's not like, I mean, you've been coming there for a long time. You spent a lot of money there. I mean, can you give us an idea how much money you spend there? On a
I'm
week?
sorry,
How much money do you spend there on a weekend, you think? Just an estimate.
probably $150 on average, you know, spending cover, buying drinks for me and my friends. So
I cover too.
probably,
Wow.
right.
You have to pay cover to come in and be subjected to this week after week. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you know, everybody keeps probably wondering, well, where they're at. We have tried to contact the Hooch. We thought we had a meeting set up with them. And I think when they realize that there are more people that are joining this this complaint, I think that's when they should realize she cannot make it an isolated incident by Lexi. And even the bouncer, no, the person that told you that statement about you should expect it, was that Josh Dupree?
Yes, that was the man who made that, who told me that, yes.
Okay. The manager is, can you remember her name? Stephanie Newman, I believe it is. Is that correct?
Stephanie O'Neill is the owner.
O'Neill, thank you.
The manager is Tabitha Overdank.
Oh, I know Tabitha. Why didn't she call us back? I mean, that's, I think they were instructed not to. And I mean, this all.
Right, and it just shows that, you know, they don't take the situation seriously. This is a situation that is very, very serious, you know, when a trans woman is a victim of assault and a victim of discrimination. And, you know, they made it very clear that they are not taking the situation seriously. They've ignored us multiple times. They did not do anything when I contacted the owner. They actually kicked me out of their bar for being a victim. I mean, how ironic is that? So, you know,
she made herself the victim because I guess I said terroristic, oh, not terroristic, what was it? Threatening. She felt threatened.
She felt threatened by your messages.
I was like, I mean, and I've already got all those ready for the press release. I mean, there's nothing threatening, and they're blunt. I mean, they're to the point, but that's what they're supposed to be, because she needs to realize she's not going to keep sitting there and talking about Lexi. It wasn't an isolated incident. This has been going on for a while. And
right, and that's another thing. They tried to make me feel less than. They tried to put me down. They were trying to make me seem like, you know, I'm just crazy and making this all up. And, you know, it's very frustrating when a trans woman, you know, we deal through so much every single day. And for them to treat me, you know, like I am the person in the wrong for bringing this situation to light, it's just disgusting. You know, they try to put me down. They try to intimidate me. They try to tell me that, you know, I'm making this all up and that what I'm saying is not true. When it's very, very true.
Right. And it's exactly
and
the way they play the game. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's just the way they play it. They act like it's not even real. You're lying. I mean, I got into arguments with people now, and you said they're conservative and everything. We're not going to want to get into all that. At the same time, though, they don't think that it's a lot of white privilege, actually. I'm not going to lie. The way they conduct themselves, the way they talk about people, that there's no such thing as discrimination. We just want special treatment. That's what they tell us. Now, we want to be treated just like everybody else, you know. If there's a problem, you kick them out. It's like you would anybody else harassing a female. I mean, I've seen them throw down and get them people out of there. So I'm so sorry that you had to deal with all this stuff, Lexi. But I appreciate your bravery and courage to, one, be a person that's outspoken to talk about this issue, and you know, put the word out there. I'm going to go ahead and show everybody real quick what we are about to report, because I want to make sure that you are okay and you okay this as well. Let's see, where's my shirt? What happened to everything?
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Something's wrong. Well, I'm gonna have to do it. What happened? That's all right. Don't worry about it. I can't get that screen to pick up for some reason. Anyway, oh, it's not even up here no more. There it is. All right, word. I'm gonna go over it real quick. I'll just read it out loud to you. I'm not gonna read word for word everything, but I want to make sure I did. Remember the thing I put online? They said that we were bashing the Hooch. I never, until today is being Friday, March the 11th. I never put one negative thing out there or named the Hooch in anything that we did. So, I mean, that was a lie right there, talking about we were bashing the Hooch. Only thing I did was make that the letter L or everything else, because I didn't want to do that. I gave them the opportunity to come in. All I wanted to do was sit down with them. One, Josh needed to be disciplined. He maybe didn't have to be fired, but he needed to be disciplined. I mean, honestly, he needs to be fired. But she should have done something. I mean, she doesn't care to
She
do.
should have done something, and nothing was done. You know, I reached out to her personally before, you know, getting the LGBTQ Pride of Columbus involved. I reached out to her personally, and she did nothing about this. She did nothing about this. She knew everything that happened. She did nothing about this. And she actually decided to ban me from going back to her bar because I caused too many scenes. So obviously, you know, they've made it very clear from the jump that they do not take these type of situations seriously. They do not have any respect for trans women. They do not take the discrimination and the assault of trans women seriously at all. They think it's a joke. And frankly, we're going to show them that this is not a joke. This is very, very serious. And I just hope and pray that, you know, no other trans woman has to go through the things that I went through. So,
Well, this is one way to stop it. And as of today, because not just yours came out, we had several. I issued a statement today online. It reads as follows. It's got, we call it the no-fly zone. No-fly zone is where you should not go to these establishments. Today, COLGAY Pride posted a new post, the watch list and no-fly zones for LGBTQ safety. LGBTQ establishment watch list, no-fly zone locations. Today, we regret to inform our LGBTQ community at the Hooch, located at 1039 Broadway, Columbus, Georgia, has been added to our LGBTQ watch list and no-fly zone for your safety. This establishment is undergoing an investigation, and I'm going to let you know I've been in touch with Lambda Legal. They're the ones that are getting back with us as soon as they're getting everything squared away, and I'm sending them all the stuff as we're doing it. So they've got a working process and plan when they call us. An investigation includes trans targeting, transphobia, trans discrimination, and more. We highly recommend that you do not go to the Hooch Nightclub until this matter has been resolved and safety measures have been put in place to ensure the welfare of these victims is met and they are fully protected. We appreciate your attention and thank you for your time. There are several other locations you can use in the meantime: Martinis, the Loft, Scruffy Murphy's, Billiards. All we serve all establishments and safe spaces. Again, the Hooch is not a safe environment for the LGBTQ community, so please avoid this business. Let's see what else I have on there. The interviews part. Let me go back up here. I've got the screenshots you sent me, Brian, which is great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I mean, I got into every little piece that I thought was really just kind of pissed me off, actually, more than anything. I mean, especially the way Stephanie acted about everything. But again, she makes herself the problem. I mean, twice, you've been removed as the victim. You're the instigator in one section, and then the other is where Stephanie's going to be. Oh, I feel threatened because now she's a victim. Nobody has said apology to you one.
no, nobody, they never apologized to me at all. She said she would investigate it, and then she did nothing about it until I didn't even hear from her. I had to hear from one of my friends that Stephanie told me that you're not allowed back at the Hooch because you caused too many scenes. She didn't even tell it to me. She told it to one of my friends.
And when they say cause to scenes, can you think of anything that you've done? I'm sure you got very upset that night when all this went down, especially when you should expect it. Statement was made.
No, I haven't caused. First of all, just defending yourself against discrimination and assault if that's causing a scene.
Right.
And no, there's never caused any other scenes. Now the discrimination about the bouncers telling men that I'm transgender has been going on, but even then I still didn't cause a scene. What happened recently was, way more violent and took the cake. So
people don't make this stuff.
And yeah, never apologized. They actually try to turn around and make it seem like I was the one who was being dramatic and, causing this whole situation. So, just disgusting the way that they've treated trans women, the way that they've treated me, the way that they have, tried to step all over me and intimidate me. But little do they know, I'm a very, very strong person, and I'm not just going to sit back and let them do this type of things. Us trans women, we deserve to be respected in the city. We deserve to have freedom in the city, and we deserve to literally, we just want to live our life, and we just want to exist. And we want to be able to go to places like this and not be discriminated against. I mean, it's 2022. It's not something that you think you would have to fight for.
This is another reason why Columbus, Georgia needs a non-discrimination ordinance. Case in point right here, all the stuff that we had to deal with. Well, all you had to do is go make a complaint to the board, the non-discrimination board, it's the judge and everything else. They'll call them, they'll do the research. It's like a mediator. They'll come in there, basically do what I did. I mean, especially if they don't want to play ball, they'll get fined. There's punishment in place. They don't think they should be fined. That's why 13 other cities in Georgia have passed this, and we still, the second largest city, can't get one passed. You know, I expect more from our city councilors. There's no reason why we shouldn't have that for public accommodations, housing, and employment. It's just ridiculous. It really is, because I'm tired. You know, we fight really hard in this city. We've been doing that for over 10 years, trying to change the vision, trying to change how we're perceived, how we can all get along. Like last year's theme was we are all human, which we are. It's the one common denominator we all have, in fact. But they always want to make us less than. And you know, I'm sick of that. But anyhow, that's all I'm gonna do for right now. Thank you, Lexi, and I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing. Thank you very much for your time. Again,
Thank you.
all this will be sent over to the news agencies, Lambda Legal, and of course it'll be online. Thank you so much. All right. Good day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, Jeremy.
Dude, Monica, do you have anything to say?
I'm disgusted by their actions. I have been to the Hooch a couple times. I personally have never been attacked, but seeing as many people as we have coming out, not only with Lexi, but we have regular everyday people speaking out on their actions, is just disgusting to me. And we are not going to back down.
No, we're not.
And I hope they know that.
Well, I mean, I think that's what they were hoping, and they can go public all they want to because they're on the wrong side. I hope they go public. Instead of going public, they should have opened their doors once had a meeting. You know, you tried, I tried several times to have a meeting. Nobody wanted to take our calls or return a call. And, you know, it's pathetic. It really is.
I think the most saddening part is that she reached out in February 18th, when she reached out was the incident from the screenshots that we have from the Hooch and Lexi's messages.
Wow.
That is sad that it's taken 3 months for this to come to light.
Right. When did she send her first message to us?
To us was, let me go
Wednesday?
back and look.
Wednesday or Thursday? Oh, probably Tuesday.
Oh, let me go look at Stephanie's messages.
Why'd you check those? Thank you very much for doing all
Welcome. We want to make sure we're doing everything right.
that. You know, because we're so-called advocates.
Yes, we are so-called advocates for this city. No, honey, we are advocates.
I've seen a tone down in Uptown Columbus change a little
So
bit.
it was that Wednesday around noonish is when I reached out.
Right on the spot. All right, well, that's it for us. I'm gonna go ahead and send all this information. Thank you so much for all your help in this endeavor. And well, we'll keep everybody informed. Thanks. Bye-bye.